are we doing this again?
Why? Getting cold feet?
Well, yeah, we have no idea who lives here.
Hey, if you can't handle it, then maybe you shouldn't have called me a coward.
Are you kidding? The horror movie? That's what this is about? Dude, you got scared and it made fun of you. That was it. You don't always have to win, you know? You could just take a joke.
Hello, I'm Rhys James, and you're watching After School Special. Today I'm here with Kegan, who made Proscenium.
Hello.
Awesome. So would you like to tell us, for people who haven't seen Proscenium, what it's about?
Basically, it is it's a stop motion film about four friends who go to this spooky looking house in the middle of nowhere and get basically trapped in this spooky little like Coraline almost like world where they're trying to get out of this house.
Awesome. And again, you have a history of titles that make us look in the dictionary. Can you tell us a little bit about why you chose Proscenium as the title?
Well, it kind of only makes sense if you've kind of watched it. But Proscenium is kind of like the front end of a stage, basically. And throughout the film, we wanted to kind of create the idea of a lot of the things happening are kind of like a play. That was an idea that we kind of workshopped throughout making it. And the title itself didn't happen until probably a week before it was due. With other films I've done, like one of my films, Lament, I had that in. Like that was the title from the beginning. The other film I did with KJ Harayath, that was the beginning. This one was made like hours maybe before it was due. It was bad. But we kind of were able to fit it in kind of the larger kind of motif of a play, which kind of comes up throughout the film, and especially when one of the characters is kind of in the attic and looking at all the kind of inner workings of what's happening. They see a lot of costumes, a lot of stuff like that. So we wanted to kind of create the idea of like, on the front end, there's these magical things happening, but they're kind of actually being orchestrated sort of like a play would be.
Sure, interesting. And so you've done some work with stop motion, but never something that was fully stop motion. What made you want to make a full short film?
Well, I'd helped one of my friends before with their stop motion film, which was kind of based to a music video. So I had a little bit of experience helping them with that. And then I also had a little bit of experience in one of my prior films with a tiny bit of stop motion. But I think with stop motion specifically, it's like completely unlike any other medium. I haven't done a lot of like maybe like drawing animation, so maybe people can experience the same thing. But like watching a character come to life just through frames of motion is like, it was actually magical. It's like, I get this rush doing it. It's so cool. And even like the same shot I might do in like a normal film with people, I don't get the same like enjoyment and like fulfillment as I do with stop motion, because it's like the characters you built, the eyelids you built, everything, the set is made by you. Everything is completely yours. And it's so like rewarding to like actually like truly bring something to life.
So would you say you prefer stop motion to regular kind of live video?
I think so, even though it may be in a masochistic way, because some like a shot that can maybe take like maybe 5 minutes takes like 5 days to 10 days on stop motion. And I think even as they get better and better and like more professional stop motion things, it takes, like, you get like maybe a second a day. It's like, it's a lot more time consuming, it's a lot more work, and it's a lot more frustrating. But sometimes it's a lot more rewarding.
Awesome. Sometimes.
Sometimes, because it's a lot of frustration.
Yeah, okay. So we can see a variety of different materials that you guys used in the film. Was there one that you particularly liked working with, or one that maybe caused you trouble?
I wasn't working as much on the sets. I worked a little bit on the characters and mainly the clothing. There's definitely a lot of stuff that gave us trouble. Probably more than stuff that was beneficial, because a lot of it was kind of like testing. We're going through this kind of and experiencing all the troubles and tribulations that happen. So then maybe like next time if I were to make another stop motion film, I kind of am ready. So it was kind of practice. But so a lot of things went wrong. A lot of things broke. A lot of characters' arms broke that we made with kind of wire and then kind of a paste that would break a lot. Hair wasn't as much of a trouble, but it was definitely an issue. We used a lot of glue. Lots of glue was used. And as much as I want to say it was beneficial, a lot of things got stuck to each other, a lot of sticky hands, a lot of bad things. I mean, it was kind of like, I wouldn't say there was no magical substance that was perfect. Everything did its job, but most things were equally as frustrating.
Awesome. Okay, that makes sense. So this project was like really ambitious. It's like a big task to take on. How did you manage your expectations with while keeping your vision, you know?
Yeah, that was definitely a problem. And that's definitely a problem I've had with a lot of films I've worked on. A lot of my films end up being longer because I want to make sure I get everything in it that I want. But this one, we kind of realized that we're not going to be able to make a full movie in the time allotted for the Video Awards, which is what we were kind of creating it up to. We basically took a full script that my friend had written that I kind of workshopped a little bit and kind of cut it in half, which is why the film kind of ends in a little bit of a cliffhanger and not like a resolved ending, is because the resolved ending would have taken us probably a couple more years to make, and we didn't really have that time and patience. So I don't think it was as difficult as definitely something I would have done with like real actors and real like live action and stuff like that. Because I feel like with live action, I can just keep going on and on and on. But everything in stop motion is so meticulous, so everything has to be perfectly planned. You can really shrink it down because you don't want to be making another scene is going to be another set you have to build, another maybe like props you have to create. So it's a lot, I think, easier because everything takes longer and there's a lot more to do, is you can kind of quell your expectations. It's not as easy as just turning on the camera, getting your lighting ready and being like, okay, we're just going to film this extra stuff because I really want it. You have to really, really want it if you're going to make an extra shot or so.
Okay. And so you had a cast of like 6-ish high schoolers.
Yeah, you among them.
Yes, I was among them. What is it like directing people who are new to acting and new to voice acting?
Well, I was definitely new to voice acting directing, so I was right there with them. It was a relief not to be an actor for that, because I could focus much more on the actors' performances and other things. As much as I like trying to be an actor, I'm definitely not the best. But I thought it was actually really fun. I think it was really cool to kind of emulate what I've seen in kind of behind the scenes of different like movies or animated shows I've liked, where it seems like a lot of the cast is having kind of fun together, which is what we tried to do. We got everyone together and we kind of ran everyone's lines together and wanted everyone to kind of get a lot of like chemistry and charisma before the actual recording. So everyone was kind of vibing with each other. But I thought it actually went a lot smoother than I was ready for. I thought it was actually really fun working with everybody because, I mean, people weren't necessarily like voice actors, but I think everyone can kind of give a performance. I think everyone did great, including yourself. Thank you. Yes. But no, I thought actually the voice actors were amazing.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And so you kind of touched on this briefly. We're left on a cliffhanger. Was that always the plan? And will we ever know the fate of that group?
I guess I'll touch on the first part. I think that was definitely the plan, because we had to kind of quell our expectations a lot, and we knew that we weren't going to film a full like resolution and stuff like that. And the point we left off seemed to be kind of the best place, where it still kind of felt like it was a cliffhanger. It was intentional, but it wasn't like a out of nowhere, like it just stops.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like this was a cliffhanger. So I mean, it was always kind of meant to end kind of unresolved. As to whether or not we'll continue it, probably not, because all the sets have been burned and destroyed. Because
Right.
Oh my God, that was a kind of nightmare to film. As fun as it was, all the kind of stuff has been like is gone. Who knows where now, and either destroyed in a vengeance from us.
Right.
Purging all the ghosts that we've created, all the possessed dolls we made and stuff like that have had to be exorcised.
Right.
Naturally.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe something similar, maybe a continuation from the beginning. I definitely like the story we did. I like the whole kind of vibe of it. And I think I'd like to do something similar to that now that I kind of have the experience that I did with all the failures. But I think every single failure kind of prepares you for the next time.
Yeah. And so we already talked about what was next for you. But do you have any film ideas that you're cooking on?
I definitely want to see what opportunities I have at Brown. and RISD, which is kind of the arts college that's pretty close.
Yeah.
I just got a camera, so I'm gonna probably be fiddling with little bits of things. I already have my own like boom mic and stuff like that, so I'm probably gonna have to do some very like low budget, like
and maybe get a
stakes.
thesaurus
Get a thesaurus
for the titles.
well, I
See,
feel like
there's a joke in there.
Yeah, it was
I
a
found it,
joke.
yeah.
Well, I feel like that's more of a you guys thing, you know. We have the thesaurus already locked in, loaded,
It's
and
true.
then
It's up here.
it's up here.
Yeah.
We definitely weren't looking it up
Yeah, for sure.
before.
Anyway,
We
so.
weren't.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say about Proscenium, Kegan?
Well, I think the main thing is like thank you to everyone who helped on that. I think it was actually, in hindsight, it was really fun. Everyone did an amazing job. I mean, people from everywhere helped. We had people helping us, like my editor Jasper, who was really nice and helped edit out all of the stuff, all of our different animation stands that we didn't know how to do. He was really nice enough to kind of take everything. Jonas, who did the music. It was actually really cool. If I could touch on this a little bit more, it was like, it felt like a real film. We had people like doing music, we had people editing, we had people helping with the sets, we had people like, we were doing voice acting, we had actors. It really felt like what a film's supposed to be, which is like a collection of everyone's talents or everyone's kind of like passions and actually like melding them together. So I think that was actually the best part, is everyone working together and having all these different groups and actually making something together.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. No, now I want to do that. Okay. I think that's all of my questions for you. Awesome talking to you again. Yeah, I think we're good now.
Peace.
Peace and love.
And
Okay.
Go Star.
And yeah, yes.
We can end on a Ringo reference.
Oh no, and on a Ringo reference.